Unhinged. Under Realm Academy by Rye Brewer. Chapter 1. I wasn't human. I was something else entirely. Part of me knew that I was dreaming, that there was no other explanation for the fact that I was flying over the stunningly beautiful, but unforgivably harsh landscape of a jagged mountain range. I'd had this dream before. In fact, I'd had it several times at that point. After all, I'd known that I was half dragon shifter for several weeks now. But this time, the dream was different. I wasn't in my usual human form, pale arms outstretched alongside leathery wings the color of scarlet autumn leaves, of roses washed in the red light of a sunset. The color of blood. Instead, my usual human appendages were gone, replaced by gleaming scaly limbs that moved naturally and effortlessly as I flew miles above the surface of the planet. As I glided over the glassy surface of a serene lake, I caught a glimpse of my reflection. That's how I knew that this wasn't a dream. It was a nightmare. Jolting awake, I sat up with a start and a loud gasp. The first thing I did was lift my arms in front of me and check that they were still in their witch form. No scales. Check. No talons. Check. I breathed a sigh of relief, patting down my legs and torso to make sure that I hadn't somehow transformed into the sleek, flame-colored beast that stared back at me in the mirror like water in my dream. But thankfully, I was still me. Still just Moira Bloodworth. A totally normal, 17-year-old witch, with absolutely nothing out of the ordinary going on, other than her exemplary talent for brewing potions and unique ability to occasionally breathe fire. The fire breathing wasn't a dragon thing. It was a witch with a fire affinity thing. At least that's what I told myself. Shaking my head to dispel the last fragments of the dream still clinging onto my mind, I tried to get a sense of my surroundings. I was on the floor and it was dark, that much I could ascertain. Blinking through the dim light as the faint rays of dawn snuck in through the cracks of the blinds, I realized that I was in my dorm room at Under Realm Academy. Obviously. Where else would I have been? Certainly, not in those oddly familiar yet unfamiliar mountains. Glancing around me, I took in the sight of the dozens of library books sprawled around my body. Some had been left open, spines cracked in 1,000 places after decades of use. Others had random objects stuck in them to mark important passages. Sprigs of dried lavender, packets of toad eyes, glittering sachets of calcified beetles. They were all random potion ingredients that I'd collected over the years.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?